Thank you, Christine. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining the Maine Apprenticeship Program Tour information session. This webinar is being recorded for individuals who are not able to make it this afternoon. Welcome. I'm going to acknowledge questions at the end and of the presentation, so you can put those in the chat. So I want to briefly introduce myself. My name is Amanda Muller. I'm the Apprenticeship Navigator for the Bureau of Rehabilitation Services with the Maine Department of Labor. I work with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation and the Division for the Blind and Visually Impaired. I am the organizer and the facilitator, one of the facilitators for the Maine Apprenticeship Program Tour. And I'll be giving you information today about what to expect. So what's going to be covered in our info session today? So I'm going to give a brief overview of registered apprenticeship programs and pre-apprenticeships. I'm going to give a brief overview of vocational rehabilitation services for individuals who they may be interested, they may not be aware of vocational rehabilitation services. You may have a student or you may be a student who is qualified for services. A little bit about what to expect at the MAP tour this summer, the Maine Apprenticeship Program tour I'll be referring to as the MAP tour for the remainder of the presentation. And I'll talk a little bit about rules and expectations of the students during the MAP tour. So why choose apprenticeship over a traditional college program? One of the main reasons is with apprenticeship, you're earning an immediate income. You're going straight to work instead of doing a 2-year or 4-year college program before you start work. So you're earning money while you learn, and you're also not accumulating college debt in an apprenticeship. We see higher wages in apprenticeship, and apprentices are supported by mentors who are helping them learn and grow in their apprenticeship. Apprenticeship programs provide training for valuable skills that are extremely important, and these are people who are treating sick and injured people. These are people who are building our homes, building and maintaining homes, hospitals, schools, our roads, people who are teaching children. This is very needed work in our community. Apprenticeship also offers nationally recognized credentials, which that in with those valuable skills your apprentices would be learning, those credentials means job security. So you can take those credentials, you could take the experience that you've gained, and you can work essentially anywhere. There's always going to be work for you. So who can be an apprentice? Anyone who is 16 years old or older, legally, they can work as an apprentice. However, most companies require that they are at least 18 years old. Typically, a high school diploma or equivalent is required to get into an apprenticeship program. And there may be other requirements depending on the employer. So if you'll need to remember that apprenticeship is a job. It's paid work, typically full-time, and it's competitive, just like any other job. We are very strongly encouraging that women, minorities, and individuals with disabilities become apprentices because they are not as well reflected in apprenticeship as they are in the population, and we want to see that inclusion. So what kinds of apprenticeships are in Maine? Well, when you think of apprenticeship, you normally may think of construction and skilled trade workers. And that's true. There are many, many opportunities for electricians, plumbers, welders, carpenters, HVAC technicians, and other types of builders. But did you also know that there are apprenticeships for uh, computer science and information technology. There are apprenticeships for healthcare workers, medical assistants, nursing assistants, and nurses, cooks, education technicians, childcare workers, funeral practitioners, bank tellers, and there's many more. So this is not a list of all of the apprenticeships. This is just many of the apprenticeships that you can find in Maine. So what's pre-apprenticeship? I'm not going to get into it too much today, but I am happy to share more information with you at another time. You can reach out to me. Um, a pre-apprenticeship is a basic skills training to prepare someone for an apprenticeship. Um, and that typically will include uh, um, career exploration, hands-on work, learning these skills in a classroom type setting, and and usually you will see guaranteed interviews with an employer. So it really is a great way for young people to explore and determine if they'd really like to apply for an apprenticeship position. So I'm just going to briefly go over vocational rehabilitation services for individuals who may not know about these services. So vocational rehabilitation is a publicly funded employment agency. It's tax funded. There's uh, a vocational rehabilitation agency in every state, and it's an employment agency for individuals who have physical, cognitive, sensory, or mental health diagnoses. And VR serves ages 14 and up. So there's many different services that VR provides to clients to support their employment. These are just some of the services: career guidance and counseling, job readiness training, um, job training. It could be paid or unpaid job training, um, job placement services, on-site job coaching. They do support individuals with getting the job and maintaining their employment, with working out accommodations with the employer. They collaborate with um, essentially any organization or group that is working with the individual families, schools, employers, and other community partners to make sure that that person um, is getting what they need in order to prepare for employment. So the map tour is separated into two sessions. There are two separate sessions. In June, we're having the Southern Maine tour, which I will go into detail on each of these. And in August is the Northern and Eastern Maine tour. So pickup and drop off is going to be at the Augusta Career Center. I have a map here, and the yellow star signifies the Augusta Career Center, and these other pins are the locations that we will be visiting during the tour. So students may attend just one of the tour or one of the tours, or they can attend both if they want to. So who is eligible to participate in the MAP tour? So we are inviting high school students and 2024 grads who are at least 16 years old and who either have an IEP, they have a 504 plan, or they are a current client of Division of Vocational Rehabilitation or Division for the Blind and Visually Impaired. We are limiting the groups to 10 participants for each tour, and we are prioritizing seniors for those tours. But any high school student who's 16 or older can be eligible. If you're not able to get in this year, you may be interested in attending the next one. We're going to plan additional tours, likely before next summer. We're asking that the individuals who participate are independent in managing their own behavior, in basic self-care, and interactions with others. So what are the costs of the MAP tour? There are no costs to participants. So we are covering travel expenses, which we're organizing in advance. We're covering lodging and meals. We're utilizing a 12 passenger van. It looks like the one in the photo. And students, they're able to bring spending money at their discretion or their parents' discretion. We just ask that you be responsible and don't bring a ton of cash that could get lost. But everything will be covered. So, what are we going to be doing on the tours? So, we're going to be meeting with employers. We're going to be learning about careers with these employers, about apprenticeship programs. We're going to be touring the facility, doing some job shadowing and some hands on activities with the employers to really get a sense of what the job feels like and looks like. So we have some fun activities planned, but there also will be some downtime. It's a pretty laid back setting. We may play some games, we'll share meals, and there'll be an opportunity for peers to connect with each other. On the southern leg of the tour, that's takes place on Thursday and Friday, June 20th and 21st. We're going to be visiting Ferta Farms in Brunswick. We're visiting Industrial Roofing Company in Lewiston. And then on Friday, we'll be visiting Northern Light. There's one overnight stay on Thursday night, and then we'll return home on Friday after the Northern Light tour. So just a little bit about Ferta Farms. They're an aquaculture company. They're actually an oyster farm out of Brunswick. They're going to be giving us a boat tour. So we're going to actually get on a boat and see what they do and learn about the oysters and the type of work that they're doing. This is a really great opportunity for individuals who are interested in oceanography, marine science, boating, outdoors, wildlife, nature. So if you have any kind of interest in those things, I think you're really going to enjoy that tour. Next up on the tour is Industrial Roofing Company in Lewiston. This is a big company that does a lot of work on commercial buildings. They're building hospitals, museums, schools, grocery stores. They're an excellent company. They care a lot about their employees. They have a really great training program. They're very supportive of their employees. They actually provide transportation to a lot of their employees. So you'll see in the photo on the top is a man with using some hand tools. On the bottom is a photo of a person. There's a group. They're doing some training on their harness equipment. So this individual has the harness on. He's lifted a few feet off the ground. If you're interested in building, if you like working with a team, you like being outdoors, I think this will be a really great experience for you, and you should definitely check that out. We are visiting Northern Light next in Portland. On the next leg of the tour, we're doing Presque Isle as well. But if you have an interest in health, science, helping and caring for others, you're interested maybe in hospitality or clerical work or customer service, there are really an endless number of jobs within a hospital. So we're going to be learning about the apprenticeship programs, but also all of their other earn while you learn programs and different pathways. Northern Light's very supportive of their workers in learning new skills and in developing their growth in their employment. So the Northern and Eastern Maine tour is going to be on Monday, August 5th and Tuesday, August 6th. We're going to be visiting the Northern Light Presque Isle facility. So those two Northern Light facilities are going to be different. There's going to be different experiences to look forward to if you happen to be attending both. There's going to be an overnight stay on Monday night, and then on Tuesday we will be visiting Mono and Mono, which is a ed tech apprenticeship partner. Then we'll return home on Tuesday afternoon. So, Mono and Mono is located in Millbridge, and they're a organization that provides lots of different services to immigrants and farm workers. They have an ed tech apprenticeship program, and we're going to be visiting them, observing the classroom, meeting the apprentices, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, if you are someone who's interested in teaching, you love children, you like caring for others, or maybe you're just kind of interested in seeing what it looks like, that'll be a really great experience for you. So we are also going to be working with Associated General Contractors to add another day to our tour. This is to be determined. We don't have the details yet. We need to wait a little bit more so that we can see what types of tour possibilities there are. So this summer, please be on the lookout for those. We have some images here of some young apprentices, pre-apprentices with Associated General Contractors. There's a person on the left who is practicing welding, and then we've got a group of young high school students at a read and read construction site. There's a large crane in the background, and then on the right side there's an image of a group of pre-apprentices with hard hats and reflective safety vests, and they are on another large piece of equipment, so they're learning all about those heavy machinery equipment for construction sites. So Associated General Contractors has apprenticeships for carpentry, heavy equipment, electrical, welding, concrete laborer, and earthworks, which is another heavy equipment type of position where you're actually moving the earth and making space for buildings and other sites. So these are our expectations of the students. We do expect that they are behaving courteously and respectfully, that they have a neat and clean appearance. Like I had mentioned before, it is a pretty laid back setting, but you are meeting with employers. So these may be employers that you'd be interested in working with in the future, and you want to make a good impression. Um, so we also ask that students limit noise in the hotels, and just be respectful of of the other guests and of others. We ask that students follow instructions that are given by staff and follow rules that are given by staff, and they don't have to memorize all the rules. They just have to listen. We do ask that they stay with the group. Nobody is to be alone at any point during the tours. And we expect that individuals will inform one of us, a staff member, if there's a problem or they need something. And I do want to make it clear that one-to-one support is not going to be available during the tour. So there is one overnight stay for each tour. The students will be sharing a room with two beds with another student of the same sex. Students, we expect them, if they're independent in taking their meds, they'll be responsible for storing them and taking them. Students who are not independent in taking their meds, or students who are prescribed controlled substances, we will keep the facilitator, myself, will keep the meds in a lockbox with instructions, and they'll be given to the student at the appropriate time. And if a student needs to leave the tour before the tour ends, they can call family to come pick them up, and the family will need to come get them at the hotel. So just a few additional details. Um, Parents and guardians and students will be provided with a detailed itinerary, and they will be provided with contact information for the facilitator. I'll be providing my contact in this uh, at the end of the presentation. But all of the details of where the students will be at any time and what activities there'll be a detailed itinerary provided at a later date. So students may bring electronic devices, but the use will be limited. We're going to um, limit to they'll need to be during downtime, um, and they will not be using their cell phones during an actual tour, and they will be responsible for their securing their own devices. So how do you participate? So if you are already a client, or you have a student or a child who is a client of vocational rehabilitation, you can talk to your VR counselor. If you don't have a VR counselor, you can contact me. Either way, you can reach out to me. My email is listed here. Thanks, Christine. It's amanda.muller@maine.gov. My phone number is also listed, 207-217-0158. Excuse me. There is a 5-page referral form with releases. It really isn't that much. The first page is just information. And then a general referral form where you'll put your personal information and then sign a few releases. If there's any concerns, questions, um, any, if you anticipate that you or your child will need an accommodation, just please let me know, and we can discuss that beforehand. So we're near the end. So does anyone have any questions? I have here um, the if you are interested in apprenticeship, or you are interested in pre-apprenticeship, you can visit your local career center. You can also visit our website. If Christine, if you can put the Maine Apprenticeship Program website in the chat, we'll also be providing that. You can look at a list of apprenticeships and pre-apprenticeships. If you have any questions about vocational rehabilitation services, or you have questions about apprenticeship or pre-apprenticeship, you can reach out to me as well. I again have my name and my email address and my phone number listed here.